Hello there, and welcome back to Ears to the
Hello.
East, seemingly directed by J.J. Abrams, based by the hand signals we're getting from Neon and the lens flare coming across your shoulder, my friend. It's amazing. You've got that J.J. Abrams lens flare.
I'm sure a few people in the comments will turn around and go, switch that shit off, Neon.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I'm in a
I
J.J.
just
Abrams movie
saw
as
you all
well.
have fun names.
Yes, yes. Which most of them won't be visible to people at home. So this is all just proof
Okay.
that this is such a well executed Zoom call that you guys at home are watching, where we are going to be talking today about, well, New Year's resolutions. Let's be honest, I don't think any of us actually do New Year's resolutions in reality, but it is a nice time as the Earth rotates around the sun and we get to 365 days to go, hey, now is the time to think about things that we would like to change in this period of time that we have allocated ourselves to think about things. And so that is what we're going to talk about today, things that maybe will change about our approach to music, you know, what we're going to do, things like that.
Yeah,
It's just a little bit of an interesting
how we
chance
will
to...
make our lives better before the Earth decides to spin off its axis and slingshot itself into the void that is space of darkness and coldness, and everything ceases to exist. Yeah, anyway.
Went to bed very quickly.
And on that dire note,
which could happen at any time. It is quite a miracle that this planet has been circling. I know this is totally off subject, by the way, but it is quite a miracle that this planet has been circling that sun for billions and billions of years without interruption, while there's black holes and freaking supernovas and shit going off, like literally everywhere around us. And yet we cannot find any life in the universe, and nothing, no kind of life at all. That it's just us. We're alone, and somehow we're surviving right here, right now.
We're not alone, and the universe is extremely big, which is why we haven't encountered these problems. And that is a whole different conversation for a different day. But before we get into that, let's talk about the new... Oh, we've really sold this one. We've already had like everyone in the world die. J.J. Abrams is directing. And Neon, I'm pretty sure, is going to give us like the end is nice speech at any moment. So,
there is nothing to look forward to.
Did you want to jump in with like something on topic, maybe?
Yeah, well, maybe I can. Because talking about the music and the musical resolutions we have for the coming year and stuff, or for the last year, I really noticed I really have to give things a longer time and not, judge a thing by, I don't know, 1 or 2 songs. And even because I have a couple of examples, SAISEIGA, for example, I checked out 3 songs, I think, and I really didn't get into it. And now I listen to the album before, the complete album, and really like it. And same thing with KYARY PAMYU PAMYU. In the beginning, I was listening to it and I was like, yeah, kind of a fun child music. Not really for me, but then there was, I don't know, I came back to it. There was something about it that brought me back to it. And then I started to really get into it. And man, this is like the same feeling I had with baby metal, where in the beginning I was kind of, yeah, it's cool, but not really for me. But then I came back to it and just, yeah, really started to love it. And
more bands,
yeah, I think you really need to give things another chance and not judge too early.
Any particular KYARY songs that have really jumped out at you? Because like KYARY PAMYU PAMYU is one that I've been listening to for obviously years. I remember when she sort of first went viral. I was lucky enough to find her at that time. I've seen her live a couple of times as well, which I think we've talked about on this channel already. But yes, definitely is a much more interesting artist than I think one look or one listen would give you the full picture of. I mean, yes, there is certainly a sound that is prevalent through Nakata Yasutaka, the producer of most of her songs.
Actually, when I first listened to that, I had KPP Best album, and at first I was listening to it and I was, yeah, it's kind of too samey, was a bit of bored, I would even say. Because every song to me sounded kind of similar in the beginning, all in the same kind of style. But still, now I absolutely love it. And now I even think the songs are pretty different from each other.
I think the comparison I often use with that kind of thing, which might be pertinent to what you're saying, is that like so I've had people say over and over again, oh, like Nakati Asataka's songs and KYARY PAMYU PAMYU songs, oh, they all sound the same. The argument I tend to use is that when you go in, there's a very distinct palette, a very distinct set of sounds and a distinct set of rhythms, and they are used in pretty much every song. But that's kind of like if you'd never heard rock music before, you went and you went, well, all these songs have distorted guitars on them. And like so many of them have riffs, and you know it would be really easy to notice all the things that are the same and miss all the things that are different. And I think that's probably the joy in music, like KYARY PAMYU PAMYU as a very good example. I mean, I do think that some of the songs are going to get samey, as some songs will get samey on a rock album. But I think it is true that there's actually a lot of interesting difference and nuance to be heard between the songs as well. So I guess, that's a good one.
You tend to put it in the same category for yourself when you're listening to it at first, because everything has this catchy, fun, ultra cute mood to it. And that's why you think, okay, those songs all are similar. But then when you actually get, like a bit more focus and more attention to it, there are a lot of differences.
Yeah, so was that the similar thing that you came across with SAISEIGA as well? That was kind of like you expected one thing, or that you were putting it all into one area, and then the more you listened, the more you noticed differences?
Yeah, they had a certain style for those songs that I checked out, but now in that other album, a lot more diversity, a lot of different things that I wouldn't have expected from just knowing these first songs that just weren't my style.
By the way, are you competing with Neon's lens flare there?
Not on purpose.
You're getting some serious lens flare. He's out J.J. Abramsing you. I know how I feel.
I need more candles.
Well, oh my God, he's done it. Wow, you immediately responded with more lens flare. My God, you guys have come prepped to please your Lord and God, J.J. Abrams. I apologize for saying that. But yeah, I think there's always going to be artists like that. I think that's something actually that I've because like the artists I've always been drawn to are the artists who are like super varied. I mean, this is one of the reasons why, like I point out, I liked Hannah Beer, even if there were things about Hannah Beer that weren't my style. I liked them because they were so varied. And I always say my favorite artists are the varied ones. And that will always stay true, but I think I've become a little bit more aware of like actually finding the joy in the artists where I'm not saying they don't have variation, but where there's more of a singular sound, and you're just getting into that sound. For me, a big one with that was actually LOVEBITES, who I know we talked about in another video that we didn't just record a moment ago. But it's like LOVEBITES was one where at first, I heard them back in 2019, heard a couple of songs, I was like, they're okay, they're kind of similar. And then just the more I listened, I was like, actually, there's quite a lot of interesting things between them. And this most recent album, Judgment Day, I was like, it's like, if I'd heard this album 5 years ago, I'd have been like, it's all pretty much the same. But now it's like, I feel like my ears are attuned to hear the differences in the songs and really appreciate the differences more. So, appreciating differences.
But can I ask you, do you have groups like that as well? Because to me, it's almost like those are the groups that I love the most, that I don't immediately love completely. So do you have groups like that as well?
Yeah, but usually for the opposite reason. It will usually be a band where I'll come in and I'll hear like one song by them and I'll be like, I don't know. And then when I hear more songs by them and they're extremely varied, I'm like, oh, it all makes sense together. This is how I felt about Bish. Like the first song I heard by Bish was, again, back in 2018 or 2019, and someone played me Monsters by Bish, and I was like, this is good, but it's not going to really change, it's not going to change my world. It's like, it's good, but there's other songs, other bands doing this kind of thing already. But then the more I heard other Bish songs, it's like that song fit in its own special little place, and it made much more sense then as a part of their overall catalog. So usually for me, I'm excited when I hear a song and it makes me go, I wonder if the other ones are really different from this. I wonder what more I can find out about you from hearing how different your other stuff is. But there's also a quality to hearing a band or an artist who's really good at nailing one sound, but knows how to sort of shape that sound and get more different things from it, like the KYARYs and the LOVEBITES. We just compared KYARY PAMYU PAMYU to Love Bites, and we made an effective comparison
You
between
did.
KYARY PAMYU PAMYU and Love Bites. I did it. I stand by it. Two artists who know their sound, stick to their sound. They never go too far outside of it, but they know how to get the most out of all the tools at their disposal. Come on, give that to me. I just made an effective comparison between KYARY PAMYU PAMYU and Love Bites.
I totally agree with that comparison.
I mean, that point, I think, is...
I take back everything mean I ever said about you, Neon, which is pretty much most of our conversations ever.
The most disappointing thing for that for me is that you said that Love Bite sounds samey.
Well, I mean,
I can't.
not
The words left your mouth when I instantly started shaking my head in disgust.
Did I actually say they? Did I actually say they sound samey though? Because I mean, if I did, then in all fairness, though, I don't believe they sound samey, but I do believe they have a lot of songs that are in like the same sort of style. You know, they know what style they're going for, and they stay within.
Let's say they don't venture off from metal
in
too much.
Well, they don't venture off from that. They got a couple of mid-tempo songs, but most of their songs are within that sort of higher paced. Yeah, they're meant to sound big and dramatic and theatrical. They're of a similar speed. They're of a similar sort of metal genre. Yeah, so I think as a general, most of their songs are within. You know roughly what you're getting when you press play on a new Love Bites song. So yeah, I guess my version of what you said there is to appreciate when that's actually not always a bad thing. Sometimes that can be a good thing. It can be an artist who's just very good at one style. So I'm going to add that.
I think my New Year's resolution in 2024 is just not to kill Howard at some point this year. I think that's achievable.
Pretty strong resolution to not do something for the first time. Man,
I haven't killed you.
You have to go a long way to break your resolution, man. You have to find me, fly to me.
It'll be worth it.
I accept that. If you just turned up at my door tomorrow and you're like, Howard, I'm here to kill you, I'd be like, I respect the effort.
Yeah, but I'd have to, like, you know, get you to take me around to like the best like food places, and I'm going where all the girls are. Yeah, we'll have a good 2-3 weeks before I like, you know, murder you. It won't be personal. It will just be
like a coming of age drama where you'll start to question your decision to kill me, and then just on the last day when you decide that you're going to leave me in peace, I'll just say something that you don't like about some band. They'll be like, nah, fuck him. Just pull out a butter knife, stab straight in the head.
Yeah. You'll say something stupid like, "Oh, how better is Miku than Miyako as a secondary front woman," or something stupid like that, and then it will just be a butter knife straight through the eyeball.
We really going to encourage the Love Bites versus Bandmate conversation?
No. It was the only thing I could think of off the top of my head. Yeah, don't do that.
Away from the conversation.
There is no conversation.
Yeah, exactly. There's no back away from the non-existent conversation. So I was going to say, actually, one of the ones this is a bit of a random one, but I decided that this year I had a conversation with one of my mods who very, very well musically informed guy who I have like massive disagreements with on music stuff. Sometimes, actually, there's a couple of songs we agree, which we both love. And we often say that we come to the same decisions, but via completely different routes. Anyway, the point is, so perfect sort of personal conversation. One of the interesting things is that he's always been very particular about the way I refer to like screaming and growling vocals in metal songs. And I had been using the term screamo, which I know the term screamo is not great. I know it has like some meaning behind it, but my issue had been is that the problem is that there's not a proper word that covers these things, and I want to find that. And so we had this long conversation that went on for a couple of days, and everyone else in the Discord was like, "Oh shit, here we go." And because the thing is that like things like rough vocals and harsh vocals have come up, but I said the problem is that these do not uniquely describe these things, because rough and harsh, they can so obviously.
Are we going into like the totally territory of like fry screams and false chord screams and stuff like that?
That's an interesting point because, like, for example, he mentioned about fry vocals, but I said that a vocal fry is a very specific thing that, again, does not have to cover this type of vocals. It can be in speech. You can have a vocal fry in speech and everything.
This
And
is where we're going to disagree again. Like, whoever your mod is, he's a very, very smart guy. I appreciate you, Howard's mod, for trying to teach him the ways of the scream.
Well, hold up. Before, you know, may I come fly to you and kill you, you motherfucker.
I see. I'm safe because we both know you
No.
watched that foot back in England.
Yeah, true. Actually, so you've got like your invincibility wall is up. I'll arrive at Benedikt. I'll be like, I've got a bomb. Can you send it to me? I mean, so
This is why I continue to poke him, because I know I'm safe. I'm like, I'm in the UK, motherfucker.
I know he will come here though. He will come here though. He'll respect my life choice and come here. But the funny thing is though, is that, so basically the point is I wanted a term that did not refer to anything else. And I said the reason why the term screamo has caught on is because, you know, whether it was for bad reasons or not, it covers something which most people don't have a satisfactory standalone word for. Now, the one thing we agreed is that screams and growls, actually, these are good words. So for the first thing, I'm going to start using these words. If it's a low one, I'm going to call it a growl. If it's a high one, I'm going to call it scream, because these don't really cover other types of vocals. They are fair, they are unique. I wanted to think of a term, though, that covers both screams and growls. So I was thinking about things like scrowls and stuff like that, just mixing the words together, portmanteauing them. So one of my goals is I'm not going to refer to it as screamos anymore. I'm going to try and identify and properly refer to screams and growls.
I was going to say,
finding a suitable word for both of them that is unique and is not just an adjective ripped off that could be used for plenty of other things and probably already has been used.
Yeah, I was going to say, calling something screamo for like metal songs, like I wouldn't even have to make the trip to Japan. I'd have like 100 other people stabbing you for me.
I mean, in all fairness, though, you can kind of see my point is that there isn't really a satisfactorily unique term. In the same way, I mean, the comparison I use is that rap has the term rap. I mean, yes, the word rap comes from a different source, but when you talk about rap, it's very clear what you're talking about. I mean, you have vocals that go into a rhythmic place that almost become rap. But if I said rap, if I said we don't call it rap, we call it rhythmic vocals, you'd be like, oh, wait, hold up. That's a little bit, is that its own thing? You're kind of like, that could refer to a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
this is definitely a hard subject. I think
yes.
Like, I feel like if you're ingrained more in the metal community, like I think it's easier to tell screams apart. It's kind of like on the same subject of going into like how many different genres of metal there is. Like for anybody that's a fan of metal, you've got your power metal, your like punk metal and steampunk metal, and it goes on. 80s fucking metal. Like there's so many subgenres now. It's unbelievable. I know. On top of that,
thrash
metal,
death metal.
Yeah, exactly. There's like so many different subgenres now, and I think like if you're in the metal community, like you kind of know what those subgenres are. Hair metal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. None of us, unfortunately, will be able to do that one. The metal part, yeah, definitely. The hair, maybe not. Beard metal. We definitely could do Viking metal.
Is Neon there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Neon?
Yeah, hello.
Neon.
Can you still see me, Benedikt?
Hello.
I can hear you, Benedikt.
Hello?
You're here, Benedikt.
I thought it's me.
No, it's not you.
No, it's not you.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I got a big message on my screen. And your internet connection is unsecure.
You had too many types of metal.
Mine
too
as
many,
well.
Yeah. Even the machine was just mind blown. couldn't handle it. But again, just using that example, like that's exactly the same as you will for screams. I feel like if you like screams and you appreciate the screaming, there's so many different screams, and you can learn to categorize each one in that.
Just as a brief thing, just because I want to ask you your thoughts on this, because I get that and I agree with that, but in the same way that if I would listen to like jazz or to classical, then I know there's even more terms in there, which I kind of object to a lot of them, because in my opinion they make this genre inaccessible. And this is one of the reasons why on my channel I try to avoid talking about music theory unless I can explain it in a term that someone who's never read music can understand. I try to keep it like that. And so this is one of the things, this is why, again, I don't really like talking about subgenres, because again, it's too muddy. So when it comes to a term like screams and growls, okay, I'm getting it more, but I want to find a words where everyone, even if they're not into metal,
if you're doing it for public, then probably just screams or growl. Yeah, I would say growls are probably the best way to go about it. But it's like me going into like jazz and going, oh, this is like soul jazz or blue jazz, and I might technically be correct, but I'm sure somebody will tell me, well, no, this is the
you have every permission to walk in there and say, just start using words. I mean, why not? I mean, that's kind of what I mean, is you should have the permission to just sort of use words, so long as they are saying what you want to say. And I think that more universal language in music is great. I stick by the fact that I want to do that, but as I've got more into more different types of metal in the last few years,
I love how this subject like completely branched off as well. By the way, we started talking about New Year's resolutions, and now we're talking about
this is my resolution. This is my resolution. I'm talking about my resolution. My resolution is finding a way to deal with this question. But actually, as we've now kind of covered that, I want to I just realized, wow, I worded that. Yeah. Now I want to hear Neon. You were the one person when we pressed record who hadn't thought of anything, which is why me and Benedikt went first. Have we encouraged your mind? I'm thinking of a musical resolution for this year.
I don't know. I think for me, I think I would like to go down the rabbit hole of like more J-pop a little bit more and discovering that. I feel like that's an area I probably haven't gone down as much as like K-pop and K-rock and stuff like that. Mainly because like Benedikt said and Howard said at the beginning, like sometimes you hear a song and it's like you don't like it. So you don't really kind of want to revisit the genre a little bit, but then there's always a gem or two out there that I really really liked. Like just for instance, we did we had a reaction night that's just gone. We had a Ami Muta on, and the last couple of songs that I reacted to, I actually made very, very clear. I said, I don't like this. It's very, very samey, very, very 80s theme. But she did like a Christmas song that just released last month that we did a reaction to. And I actually really, really enjoyed it, which just proves that just even if I might not be completely infatuated with the artist, that they can still bring out some good content. And I would like to find more of that I can say that I enjoy, or maybe some more groups that I enjoy. A little bit more.
I think that's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Maybe more out my comfort zone that I would usually go to, because everybody knows me by now. Like if I had like again metal or pop in front of me, I'm gonna go metal every fucking every single fucking time.
If I could just sort of present a question on top of that, then, because I've always thought that you listen to everything. You really do.
I'm quite generally quite open to most things. Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of like, it's interesting. So by pushing yourself, you kind of, it's similar to what Benedikt was saying, in that you're just trying to sort of delve deeper into areas where at first the door might look a little bit closed to you, just sort of like looking a little bit further inside, just seeing 100% sure, is there really nothing I can find in here? I just like that whole perspective. I think it's really cool that even though you're listening to everything, you still want to be sure.
I think anime, I hate to use the whole stereotypical trope of anime, but I really think I know, what anime song is this? But I think that really does kind of open the door to a lot of things. And I got to say, probably over the last year or two, we've been listening to like a lot of I can never say the name of the band, Ava Musica, Razor Sullen as well. Like a lot of Bang Dream, and you got other bands again off the top of my head I can't think of right now. But it's like 2 years ago, I would have no interest in that whatsoever. Which kind of shows like how my musical taste has developed the longer I'm going down this journey and down the rabbit hole, that I'm more open to these. Because like I said, when I was like 13 years old and I heard baby metal for the first time, I was like, nah, I don't like this. I gave him like 30 seconds of my time and then fucked them off. And I didn't hear them again until like 10 years later. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
again,
I think a
like,
lot of people can sympathize with that one.
Yeah.
again, like Benedikt had the exact same scenario as Benedikt. I heard him for 30 seconds. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? No, I don't like it. And continued listening to my gent metal for the next 10 years of my life until I, you know.
I need to read your autobiography. It's going to be the most self-deprecating thing ever.
Yeah, the autobiography will be called The Many Mistakes of Neon.
Broken
Yeah.
bulb, the neon story.
Yeah, the
Or
many
competition, whose is bigger?
Yeah, the many mistakes of Neon.
Microphone.
I meant the
but I'm
book.
still here.
Okay.
Sorry,
I've got
what
to
was
say,
that? Whose is bigger? Mine, obviously.
If we're talking microphones, it's going to be Benedikt. You know that already. That's what he's really asking. Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe I would go in that direction a little bit more. Maybe force my. I don't want to say force, but it might have to be that terminology and kind of push myself down that door a little bit more because, like I said, if I leave like YouTube playing or a playlist playing or something, I'm never gonna discover new bands that way because it will always go back. Like Spotify and YouTube knows me too well that eventually it will start off poppy, and then like 3 songs in, we're back to band. You know, and then that's it. It just goes. The playlist is just metal and rock from there on in. So I kind of have to like force myself a little bit to
I think
find
like,
those hidden gems.
like Spotify should have like a feature kind of. I keep on going. Thinking of like that robot thing in the movie Interstellar where it has like settings for like they can set how much its sense of humor and stuff is. I'm thinking they should have something on Spotify which is like the percentage of how much you want to be challenged. It's like, oh, today I want to be 10% challenged. It's like, just keep me safe, maybe something new. Oh, today I want to be 90% challenged, and it just plays you like Mongolian throat music.
I got an idea. All right, let's see in the comments. Here's a challenge for the people. I want to see like a little mini playlist of 5 songs, if the people that are willing to do it, and then link me the playlist in your comments. And then the next video we record next week, I will go through the comments and listen to some of those songs. I'll do some reactions to some of them as well, and I will announce who the winner of the best 5 songs, pop songs, J-pop songs, and these be pop songs.
Oh, so they gotta be pop songs.
They gotta be pop songs.
You want each person to give you 5 suggestions?
Yeah. Do a little bit of a mini playlist.
And call all your friends. Make sure everyone in your family suggests totally different 5 songs. We can get him nice. He's got
But then we need another list with 5 metal songs for Howard.
Oh yeah,
that's an interesting one actually. Yeah.
You could do something like that.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not going to do reaction videos, but yeah, if you drop 5, if you drop 5 of them, I'll tell you what I think. Yeah. If I get time, oh shit! I don't know if I'm going to get time to do that, but I'll give it. I tell you what, drop 2.
Drop 2. Yeah, no, actually, do a playlist over. What would your genre be, Benedikt? What would you like?
What I don't actually like so much. Yeah, I think like K-pop probably.
K-pop. There you go. So we want a playlist of 1 metal song for Howard, 1 J-pop song for me, and a K-pop song for Benedikt. And we'll.
Oh, I like that. I like that. So
if anybody can pull our bags.
All right. So for everyone who's already put in your comment, go back. So what we're saying is that each person who comments has to give 1 J-pop song for Neon, 1 K-pop song for Benedikt, and 1 metal song for me. And I guess the goal is to try and sort of weird us out or just sell us? We
can do the songs and we'll talk about our favorites and who.
No, but I mean like the person who's choosing. I guess they're trying to like give us something that they think we'll like, or maybe will open up a door.
Yeah, okay, that will open up a door.
So, yeah, but still is enough in the original.
Yeah, really test us. You know,
like don't give a baby metal song to Neon.
yeah, it's like.
Would that be?
I like the fact that you just called. I like the fact that you just called baby metal J-pop. Yeah, it's like that.
It has a lot of J-pop in it.
It does. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of fans who would probably be like,
I want to be tested. I think this is a really, really good concept. And I'm sure we can make a video out of it again next week and talk about some of the songs and stuff.
can I just bring up a little subject before we move on to the final question, which is that I've noticed that throughout all of this, we've remained very color coded. Now Neon took off what he had on earlier. He had like a red and
Oh
black
yeah, I was.
You're wearing.
I was way too warm. Yeah,
But I noticed that we're still doing this thing where we all wear black with like red and white to some degree on us. We all have beards except for the fact that Benedikt shaved his. But
I
the
shaved
big
yesterday.
difference is that I've noticed that you've both got MCU related hats on, whereas I am in
True.
the made musical universe. So
Do you have any other hats?
Hold up. All right, I gotta get some hats. I'll be back. We only got a few
Oh
minutes
god!
left.
Oh, Howard's hat collection. Nice.
Find some hats.
I think I only seen him in this bandmate hat so far.
The only one he sleeps in that hat.
Yeah.
He never takes it.
His head.
He showers in that hat. He never takes it off.
Yeah. At one point, he just tattooed this on his real head.
Yeah. So don't give him ideas. He'd actually do that.
But you know, talking while he's getting these hats.
Here we go.
Oh,
He's got another hat.
Oh, okay. It looks exactly the same.
It
only
looks like-
there's
it looks like-
something over it.
He's just put a sticker on the bandmate logo.
Yeah,
That's all he's.
That's how it looks.
All right, I'll put the old one back on then.
Now he'll remove the sticker again.
Oh.
right, there
I
we go.
got a collection. I got bored of the baby metal one for a little bit. So I
Oh,
thought
it's
I'd
an
swap.
actual cap.
Oh, there we go. I've seen that bad boy.
You know this one.
I know
You
that one.
This one. You know where I got this from. You know where I got this from. Whilst
This
away
was
in Korea.
this was-
the
this-
Korean Daiso hat.
yeah. This was the one hat that we talked about when he was in Korea and all those nice, lovely love hotels he used to go to.
Oh, that was in Japan. I went to the Love Hotels. But yeah, I still had this was one I bought 2022 when I was there for like the whole summer in Korea. Yeah. So this was the hat I was wearing in all those videos, and that was a really good time for the channel.
Yeah,
a really bad time for me.
Yeah, we
That's
known each
when
other.
we first
Yeah,
that's when
we've
we
known each
started
other
doing
that
these
long. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Wow, time flies. Just to think that we started doing that in 2022 instead of 2024. I mean, I know it's just turned 2024, but that's still a crazy thought. So how have I tolerated him for this long?
You haven't. You're suffering. This is torture. You're just kidding yourself that it's not torture. This is self-inflicted torture that you allow yourself to go through on a weekly basis. Oh. Anyway, final question. Any thoughts about like a resolution for the whole channel? What's our channel resolution?
Oh.
Well,
Honestly,
I
open
had something,
one.
at least I privately want to get into that more. I don't know if you guys are interested,
Okay,
but maybe move away from Japan a little bit, because we are like 95, 90, even more % doing Japan. And it's not east to Japan, it's east to the east.
Yes, I agree with
do
that.
totally agree, which is why you two need to actually come up with some fucking subjects, because you know.
Yeah, I need to explore some music first, otherwise I cannot talk about anything.
Well, like I said, I definitely like as the one person actually going out and going to gigs of Korean bands and stuff like that. I feel like I am.
I did a Korean group recently.
Definitely, me and Benedikt are definitely
I live
contributing
in
to this.
Japan. All right, I actually live in Japan. If anyone's got an excuse for it, it's me.
Yeah.
All right. So I am the Japan correspondent. It's it's like if the weatherman starts talking about football. I mean, what the?
It was just like I knew so much music like from Western countries, like from the US, and I didn't like that. And then I got into Japanese music. I love it so much. And sometimes I'm thinking to myself, how many countries are out there that have like maybe a similar music scene, maybe not metal, but something else that is just so amazing, and I just never heard of it.
Yeah, Voice. Have you heard of Voice of Bridgeport yet?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, they're really good. I enjoy them.
So just as a because like we did like this thing called World Tour Wednesdays on Back of Broadcast like about 5 years ago, and it was really good though because we did a different country every week, and we discovered there was a lot of music out there. Some countries a lot more than others, but the point is that there is a lot out there, and I think you guys already picked up on some of it from doing reaction and stuff. So what I'd say is, as we've talked about this year, we wanted to add this idea of doing like a music digest where every week we do a video where the three of us just talk about some song that maybe we found that week or came out that week, or just a song that we want to bring up for the other two to listen to. maybe that would be a good idea if you guys can bring in some overseas stuff. Actually, there's a couple of like Filipino like artists who I'm really into. Maybe I could bring in some Filipino music for that as well. And then we can bring that up. And then if we listen to some of those songs in the digest, it might bring up more conversation about artists from those other countries as well. So how about that? How about
I
we
think
kick
also
it
a way
off?
for
sounds
us to just discover new stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Through
obviously, if you're
our
going to bring it for the digest, I'm
recommendations.
assuming you're going to.
I think a New Year's resolution for me for the channel would be to finally get our asses together at some point this year for a live stream. I think that would be really, really good to try and get together for talk, try and stream, do an hour or something like that, and try and talk to everybody on the internet and interact.
I'm down for that. It would be like a normal.
Yeah,
Me too.
It'd be like a normal episode, but 20 minutes longer, and we'll get to argue more.
yeah, and people will get to pick on us more. You know, they won't have to restrict themselves to the comment section. They can.
There will
they
be
can.
no
They can.
cutting
They
out
can,
stuff.
they can insult us in real time.
I'm all for that. Again, though, that's one of those things where if one of you guys can sort that out, then I'll be there. Yeah, I mean, so basically I can run the stream from our channel. So if anyone's wondering, if we wanted to do a YouTube live, I can run it from our channel. If we want to do a Twitch live or something, then again, probably something these guys need to do. But yeah, we can work it out. Just you guys let me know, and I'll come along for that. And yeah.
Again, let us know in the comments, along with the selections of songs as well. What would you like to see the channel do in the future? So I know we asked this before on a little small video that we did the other day. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it, where me and Howard talk about our expectations and just reminiscing a little bit about the channel.
And remember the 3 songs for each of us to check out.
3 songs for each of us to check out. And let us know what
three songs, one each.
One each. J-pop, K-pop, and a metal song for Mr. Howardo. We'll do our best to have a listen, and we'll may even make it into a little bit of a video as well, talking about the songs and selections that you guys picked out for us.
3 views.
I know, exactly. So it's a nice time to get, I think, the community a little bit more involved moving forward. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the community be much more part of the channel, like us 3 are. So.
This is going to be like that thing when like Microsoft first invented an AI chatbot like 10 years ago, and they like set it out and they were like, oh, let's just let it learn from the public, and then they had to shut it off after a couple of hours because it was just saying these terrible, awful things. So it was, oh, let's open up the channel to some of the audience influence. I don't know what kind of people watch this channel. We're fucked.
Might be a one-time stream.
A one-time stream, yeah.
We will just channel. Don't even bother like demonetizing nothing. Just close it down straight away.
Exactly.
We love you, really.
We love you guys, all with you. Yeah, we've got a minute left. So with that being said, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We really do. You keep us all on our toes and keeping us wanting to do this one. We hope every single one of you an awesome 2024. I know from the bottom of my little black heart, and I know the other guys do as well. And remember, guys, to keep your ears to this. Where the hell are you pointing? Oh, the coffee. Oh, you're pointing somewhere else, you dirty bastard.